If you're a follower of Dr. Brewer's YouTube channel, you may recall a week ago a video that he put out on the negative aspects of sleep deprivation. Within the video, there were quite a few conditions pointed out that are definitely associated with lack of sleep. Of the many of these have been talked about in one form or other in the videos. There's cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, diabetes, heart arrhythmias, dementias, Alzheimer's, obesity, hypertension, depression, anxiety, mental alertness. The list seems to grow from year to year as we find out many root causes of disease have an association with sleep deprivation. So what do we do about that? We have to take a look at our sleep hygiene and, if possible, track our sleep. So I wanted to talk for a few minutes about sleep tracking. First, my name is John Lorscheider. I'm a patient and a follower of Dr. Brewer's YouTube channel. At-home sleep tracking. This is something that's come about with the evolution of cellular technology, wireless technology. We'll talk about what it is, how to go about doing your own sleep tracking at home. First and foremost, it's not a substitute for a hospital-based sleep study, also called polysomnography. You basically measure your sleep from the time you go to bed to the time you wake up with a device like an Apple Watch, a Fitbit, Android-based devices are out there too. What does it do? It measures and tracks your time that you sleep, the time that you wake up in the night, how many times you wake up in the night. It'll look at your movement during sleep, how restless is your sleep. It looks at non-REM, non-rapid eye movement sleep, it's restful sleep, but it also looks at REM sleep itself, and that is the deep sleep cycle that we go in and out of throughout the night. Some call it the dream state. If you dream frequently, you're most likely getting into the REM sleep cycle. These apps for your Apple Watch, your Apple iPhone, your Fitbit, they also track heart rate, and it gives you a little summary of your overall sleep quality. This happens to be the one I use. It's called Auto Sleep. Yeah, it's compatible with an iPhone and an iWatch. Basically, you program your Apple Watch as you normally would from your iPhone. You install the app. The app is $2.99, and we'll talk a little bit how it works. You get 4 basic things that the app looks for. Looks for your total sleep in hours. I had a good night last night. Got 8 hours, 44 minutes sleep. I got 7 hours and 25 minutes of quality sleep. That would be called non-REM. I have 2 hours and 29 minutes of deep sleep, which is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, dream state. And my heart rate averaged at about 60 beats per minute. Somewhat lower than my normal heart rate, which is typical. So I had a pretty good night last night. Wish I could do that every night. Along with that app, you get a nice little screenshot on your iPhone when you wake up in the morning. It rates your quality of sleep, your restlessness, your rating of time of sleep. In my case was 89%. Restful sleep, 63%. Wish that were a little higher. I was awake only 17 minutes, and that's when my next door neighbor started the engine on his truck. My heart rate, 60 beats per minute on an average, about 11% lower than it might normally when I wasn't sleeping. And most of all, I had 29% of my sleep was deep sleep. If you read on sleep and sleep quality, experts usually say 20 to 25% or more of your sleep should be that deep sleep cycle. Some other things you get with this app on your screenshot, it'll give you a graphic. These blue bars represent your restlessness during the night. Your green bars, I had two, green bar here and a green bar there. It shows how many times I woke up last night. Bathroom stops. And you'll get all this on your iPhone when you go to look at it. Again, this is an app called AutoWatch. So what do? You get some bad numbers. Let's say your REM sleep was very low, your sleep quality was low, you woke up too many times in the night. Could be a lot of reasons for it. My suggestion, work on your sleep hygiene. It works for me, and I think it works for a lot of people. It takes some effort and time, but it works a whole lot better than a pill. Poor quality sleep suggests the need for better sleep hygiene. This is what I do. This seems to be what works. If you poke around the internet, you'll find that this is pretty acceptable steps to take to improve your sleep quality. First and foremost, get up early. Even if you want to sleep in, get up early. Spend a full day awake. Go to bed at 10 o'clock. Try to go to bed at every night at the same time. Exercise hard during the day. Wear yourself out. Create some fatigue. Create the need for sleep. Don't exercise after 6 p.m. I've tried that many times and it just keeps me awake. If you measured your cortisol after evening exercise, you'll find that it spikes, and that cortisol is a stimulant. Try not to take a nap during the day. Alcohol, again, if you drink alcohol, don't do it too late in the evening. It relaxes you and then becomes a stimulant shortly, a few hours after. If you're a guy over my age, you know that you don't want to be drinking a lot of fluids after 7 o'clock because you'll be spending a good bit of those nights in the bathroom. Mental stimulation, you want to keep that to a minimum as the evening goes on. Computers, iPads, TVs. It goes back to a theory that a sleep doctor taught me years ago, and that had to do with the blue light theory. Blue light is a stimulant to the brain. If you use any computers, tablets, whatever, the newer models now have a sleep mode that basically blocks blue light. So the newer iPhones, the newer Androids, they have that built in. Other things, keep the bedroom dark. Keep your blinds and drapes pulled. Get light blocking drapes if you have to. Don't use an alarm clock. Get one that doesn't have a lighted dial. If you're awake, you'll keep looking at that clock and it'll only keep you awake more. If all else fails, get up and read. Reading doesn't stimulate the brain like a computer will. And nothing of this works for you. If you can't get better sleep as you're tracking, reevaluate in a month, keep tracking your sleep, and then go see a doctor. Find out why you're not sleeping. And what the doctor may or may not suggest is a sleep study, a professional sleep study, far beyond what a home sleep tracker app will do. It's also called polysomnography. It's a hospital sleep study. You go to a hospital or an outpatient facility, and they measure a lot of things about your physiology, your brain waves, your blood oxygen, heart rate, breathing, eye and leg movements. You're basically in a quiet room in a bed, you're trying to sleep. The technician's in another room, but they have a video camera on you. I had one of these years ago. It didn't work for me because I couldn't fall asleep with all of the hardware on it. But they usually do this when they suspect somebody has sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is one of the many causes of the conditions that we talked about earlier. This is what you get. This is what you get in the sleep study. You're basically semi-upright in a reclined position. You're wired from basically head down to your waist. You have sensors that monitor your eye movement, your breathing, your chest expansion, and the effort. It's measuring the effort of breathing. It's all computed on a remote computer along with your video. And then a technician will go and evaluate all of that to see basically what it is that might be causing your sleep. So if you have a device, if you have an iPhone, if you have an Android phone, go onto the internet, take a look for sleep tracking apps for your particular phone. It'll invariably take you to an app store, either on Apple or on one of the Android websites. Most of these are free. Some you pay a couple of dollars for. I happen to like Auto Sleep. That's one of many. I use it because it is truly automatic. You don't touch anything. You program it once when you get it. You never touch it again. It automatically knows when you go to sleep. It knows when you wake up. And it measures your sleep quality. It works. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have questions, please post below. Thank you.